Happy Sisterhood Saturday. This is your girl, Marilyn Monroe, one third of the Culture Club conversation here on SwagHer magazine with a segment of sisterhood. So
Yes.
today I have a definite sister, cancer and sister as well, but she's definitely a personal friend of mine. She's become a new friend of mine, I should say. She is, and kind of we got into it not got into it as far as talking about it behind stage
Mhm.
about how well balanced she is with all of her titles. So when I start to mention these titles, she's like really actively working these titles, and these are some. So I'm leaving out, a lot more. She is a coach. She is an author. She is a multiple entrepreneur. She is a mastermind, an influencer, a podcaster, a broker, and of course, she's a doctor. So,
Yes.
welcome, my friend, my sister, Dr. Joy Young.
Thank you so much for having me. Like every time I hear it, it makes me feel like Jesus, that is a lot, but I appreciate every bit of it.
Yes, and you do so well at all of the things you have accomplished, and it's naturally like you naturally. I mean, I don't know you to the point where
Mhm.
I'm watching you study or anything, but you seem naturally intelligent, smart, well rounded. Some people strive for that, and that's
Right.
great. That's great too. But you naturally seem like, and this is all, of course, in love. You seem like the
Yeah.
nerd that I want to be.
But but I am, and I'm 100%, and I learned to embrace that. My
Hmm.
mom, she wasn't she was smart, very intelligent, but she was more street smart. So she made sure me and my sisters excelled in school. Like my mom was the one that showed up to the school, popped in, drug you out if you was doing wrong, but she picked all of my classes up until 12th grade. Like at 12th grade, I was the only senior with their mom standing in line to pick their classes. She was that involved. She made sure that education was always primary. And I just stuck with it. And I think
Yeah.
that's why it's always been top. Not just an overachiever. I have to learn something every day or expand what I'm learning on every day to keep me going. So
Yeah.
I appreciate everything that she gave me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that definitely sticks, that becomes, a part of your regular life. Like once
Hmm.
that's instilled early, just as a lot of skills and different things that, our parents put it into us. If it's instilled early enough, it becomes a regular
Right,
practice and it's
right,
involuntary. Okay, this is, for someone, it could be like a lot. But for
right,
you, it's kind of like, oh, I've juggled this at 6.
right.
So,
And we used to like I got ass whoopings. I'm sorry if I'm cussing, but
no, you go.
we got butt whoopings if we didn't come in with a certain grade.
Mhm.
So and then, and to be in all transparency, I am clinically diagnosed ADHD. And so I benefit from that to the
Yes.
fact of I I go and I thrive in chaos. And so I take that and and then, my sister, believe it or not, my sister's IQ is higher than mine. Hers
Wow.
was like, I think hers like 167 the last time we got tested. Mine was like 140 something. Like, so I kind of felt
That's
kind of weird because
good.
I'm like, I'm the oldest. I should be higher. But my middle sister, she's extremely like she had to be in those schools where you bust them out and she
Yeah.
couldn't go to a regular school. So yeah, it was always a thing. And it was just like, that was it. And so I just keep it going and I try to make sure that our kids know whether it's in a degree or not, you still
Yes.
need to know everything possible.
I like that. I like that because everyone is not built to do, to
Right.
go back to school to obtain, doctrines and different degrees and things like that. And I like the fact that you don't set those unrealistic expectations for children that may not want to have
Right.
go back to school. I like that because some parents push you through school. I know my parents was like,
Hmm.
you gotta do more than a high school diploma. You gotta do, like, they pushed me, and I was just kind of scratching. and I hated it. However, it becomes addictive. Like
Right,
you're like, okay, well, let me do something different. Let me do something more, because you're more so, for me, I wanted to make them proud.
right. But I
Yeah.
used to be that way though. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very old school. I was raised by my
Mhm.
great grandmother. So that was the idea, that it was forced on you because
Yeah.
they were doing it out of fear. From in their
Yeah.
era, in their experience, if you did not have this, you were not, it didn't equate to success. But then,
True.
and so we have to give them that grace to say, okay, they didn't know what was going to happen in the next 50 years. That
Yes.
And then now we're looking at kids on YouTube making more money than we ever thought. So it's
I
like, yeah, so it's like we give them the grace of saying, okay, for you, that was your apex. But for me, that wasn't. I literally only got my doctorate because I wanted to wear the hat. Now, granted, I studied in something that I like because my degree is in organizational leadership, but it focuses on coaching. So my
Ooh,
coaching thing is legitimate.
yeah.
Like it ain't like people that just throw coach on their name. No, it was in my syllabus. It was an actual, it was two classes, and I built my thesis off of underutilization of black women in corporate America. That was my topic throughout my
Mm.
entire program. So, but yeah, and that was it. But I really only wanted the hat. And I know how weird that sounds. I just wanted to wear the hat. And I said, well, I'm gonna get this degree because I want this hat. But and I know it sounds weird, but my wife
It's
would tell you that's all
hilarious.
I talked about. But before I decided to go in business, I wanted to be a doctor in medicine. I wanted to be a craniofacial surgeon.
Okay.
And I just have not life, and it's like I can't go to school full time without working,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't do it on my own. But I feel probably in the next few years I will be going back to medical school because I want to be a craniofacial surgeon.
Awesome.
I know it's a lot, ain't it?
No, but like you said to me backstage, you always wanted your life to be a lot. And I love
Hmm.
that, because a lot of times we reference people as, you're doing too much. You do da da da. You do,
Hmm.
and it's like, that's not bad, because if someone's doing a lot and doing too much, in the best way, and of course, in
Right.
some other ways, okay, but in the best way, that's a compliment.
But I think what people, because people limit themselves, they think they can put those same limits. Your success is not my success, so it's going to
That's
look
right.
different. Your life is going to look different because just because I push mine to every limit possible, I'm not
That's right.
expecting that from you, nor am I, you should expect that from me.
That's
But I
right.
get that concept because, of course, I love the word, but I believe it was Abraham. Abraham, the Bible says, when he died, he was full of life.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody didn't have that when they died. So if I have, it wasn't about his age, it was about him doing everything he ever wanted to do in his life
Mm.
that he was given. And I take that as a personal vendetta. Like, I
Oh,
want to be so satisfied with my life that when I close my eyes, can't nobody ever say I regret it or didn't
amen.
try or didn't do what I wanted to do.
Are you a minister, or like, are
Yes.
you okay?
So
Because
I'm ordained as an apostle in
okay,
our ministry. Now, do I have a physical church? No, I don't,
right,
but I do teach. I do. And but then with the title of apostle, yes, I do works in the church, but I'm
yes,
also an apostle and with the understanding in the marketplace. See, apostles go and they establish, they almost like an entrepreneur, really, to be
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah.
So
So
I do
you
carry that title, and I was appointed that by our apostle, which is Apostle Larry Reed.
and you are doing the work. You do have a church, because
Mm,
you have Winning Circle, you have Regal Mindset,
yeah.
and you are actively a soror with, of course, providing sometimes free consultations. I should say. I don't want to put out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to put out there you doing free work, because she will send you invoice.
I will invoice. I invoice my wife. Like, why she be on the call? Boo, boo, boo.
So you do the work. You really, really do. And you minister because on your two podcasts, you discuss a lot of information that a lot of podcasts don't talk about. Uh, a
Hmm.
lot of cultural, a lot of community based things, a lot of education for us. Is a lot of times we don't look into this. We look for entertainment. We look for drama. You know,
Right.
you give us the education, the informative. You and Keisha
Yes.
give us the great, good information. So
Mhm.
you definitely minister and you do a
And
great job at it.
thank you. I really appreciate that because sometimes I do feel like it be too much, but I'm a meat and potato person, so I need to know all of it for me to be able to understand and dissect it. And I feel like, especially growing up in church, they fed us so much wrong. They fed us a lot of false ideas that
Yes, it is.
hindered us in where we are. Just imagine if we would have known, granted, I don't regret it because I love where we are now.
Yeah.
But what if we have known 50% of the financial understanding we have now back then and was
Yes.
able to apply it? Do you know how much money has went through our hands that we didn't hold on to because we didn't understand not the value of it, but how to make it work for us?
I agree. I
You,
agree.
if you really sit and think, you've already reached millionaire status. We just
Hmm.
we think it should all be in one place. No.
Right.
But if you count up how much money you've made every year that you've worked, you've already reached millionaire status.
True.
But we don't look at it because when what they tell us what a millionaire looks like, it's supposed to be in the bank, and it's there's no millionaire has millions in the bank.
True.
They have it in assets. They have it in worth,
Yep.
and it's like, oh, so that's all it took to be a millionaire. Now it done changed what a millionaire looks like,
Yes.
and
So I'm
just
adding
how
that to
hindered. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
adding that to my the things that I've accomplished. I'm a
Yeah,
millionaire.
you have been a millionaire for a while, but
Yeah.
because it's I tell everybody it's about perception. Because if I draw a circle and put a line over it, somebody's going to say, "Oh, that's a frying pan." Somebody's going to say that's an apple.
That's
Somebody will
right.
say, "Oh," but it never changed what that drawing is just because you saw it different.
That's
So if
right.
we learn to see things differently, then it will resonate to us differently. So
Yeah.
my perception of millionaire for all these years was the huge house and the fancy cars. No, that's debt.
Yes.
And that it's good debt and bad debt.
That's
Now,
right.
that's a whole totally different story.
Talk
But
to
that's
them.
debt, right?
Hmm.
That's not millionaire status. Millionaire status, if you look over a person who makes what $40,000 a year for 25 years have reached millionaire. Half of us been working that long. When you add up your self worth, which is
Yep.
your life insurance, any assets that you have, you're probably already there. But
Yep.
because you don't physically see it in the bank, you think you don't? No, absolutely
Yep.
not.
That is true.
Absolutely not.
So let's talk about the side of joy that
Hmm.
is the author.
Okay. So right now I've published 5 books. I do have 2 more that I'm working on. Actually, I got 3. One is more. It requires too much emotion, so that one's gonna have to wait. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So um, the books that I've already have out on the market, I think I'm most proud of my first one and my fourth one.
Okay.
My first one it's just a real brief understanding of when I grow up, I want to be just like me
Mm.
because how we were conditioned
Mm.
to see somebody else's success and want that, not realizing that that's not my success.
That's right.
That's theirs. Why should I be that person when I can be more or equal in my own value? So
Yes.
I took that like, I don't want to be, when they ask, what you want to be if you grow up? Oh, I want to be this. What, and
Mm-hmm.
they bring the people to your school to condition you, oh, you want to be a fireman because of this, this, this.
Yep.
I could still save lives and don't have to go in the fire to do it. And we never got a chance to find out what we wanted to be until it was damn near too late. You're like, now I'm in my 40s trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up.
That's
And I
true.
think that's so unfair because it starts in the home
Hmm.
because our parents cultivated our life based off of their hurts, their past, their experiences, and what they saw. They
Yep.
didn't see the fact that, you know what, my child can dance really well and they love to do it. What if I allowed them? No, dancing don't get you the money. Dancing
Yep.
is not a real,
That's what
but
they
yet
say.
right. But then look at the girl that's dancing with Usher. She make more money than almost all of us
Yep.
doing what she wants. So that was, so that was the whole ideal of that book. Is saying if you start looking at yourself as your role model, you will see that you're
Mm.
the greatest thing out there.
That's
And
right.
it's not about arrogance. I'm so happy to be joy. I don't want what Oprah has,
That's
nor
right.
what she had to go through to get where she's at. I don't want anything because I feel that my talents, everything that I offer is just as valuable.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's nothing. But then the last book that I published is actually a part of one of my coaching programs, and it's a long title, so I got to read it. It's called
Okay.
Checkmate. It's the ultimate guide of master moves for executive level success in business and entrepreneur for Black women. I was
Ooh.
extremely specific with this one because what I feel is just like my thesis is we're underutilized. We have more knowledge, power, and strategic authority than we give ourselves credit for and that they give us credit for. They know it, but if they let us know that they know it, they know they're in trouble.
Yep.
So I go through the game of chess and show you how to take the parts, the concept of chess, everything, and how to apply it in business and in entrepreneurship so that you can make the master moves of success because the plan doesn't change. It's how you
Nope.
make the moves.
That's correct.
And if
I
you
love
understand
that.
your play, yeah, and if you understand your players, understand the positioning, there's a and I play chess and I actually taught our 5 year old how to play chess like in one day.
Abby.
And yeah, and she played it and she beat Shay and Shay got mad and flipped the game over because Shay is a sore loser.
Oh.
But Abby knows how to play chess too, but I explain it to her so that she can understand the concept of the moves, right? And
That's true.
real quick, there's a way to win chess in 4 moves. It's called a fool's mate. And how you can look at the moves of your opponent
Hmm.
and in 4 moves, checkmate them. It's very strategic, but it's a real life thing. Or you can go hours in the game, depending on you. But if you don't understand your parts and where you play, you would lose the game ever since because we play game like checkers. Checkers is about winning, getting to the other side. But in
Yes.
chess, it's all protecting the king, which is not a person or entity. The king is your goal, your
That's right.
vision. So you have to protect it. And every time it gets in trouble and you have to move it, then you need to go and revisit your goal because
I
your goal
love
should never move. And the two most important pieces is the pawn and the queen. And nobody really understands how the pawn is really a mini queen. They can do everything a queen can do, just in shorter moves.
now I gotta start playing chess.
I'm
I'm
telling
that
you, it's
weak. And I
magical.
need to get the book.
Yeah, yeah, it's
That's
definitely available on
important.
Amazon, but I'll send you a book. I will send
That's
you one.
important. Thank
Yeah, I would
you.
send you one because I think it's important on how understanding how the game they've been playing. When I say they, I'm gonna say it, white people have been playing chess all their life. How
Yes.
they position their finances, how they position their children at a young age, how they what concepts they build in their mind on why they think the way they think. And I'm understanding that now why I put myself and my children in a certain environment so they can have the same concept. If they decide to go to college, it's not just to get a degree. I want you to go to network because that's why they go.
That's
They
right.
don't go to get
They
no
do.
damn degree because they got connections where their family already got a position for them. I need you to go make those connections. That's why they join those sororities and fraternities. But it's
Yep.
black people. that have a problem with it because they don't see the value in it.
I agree.
Yeah, and
That's very good to like. I've always knew it was definitely beyond the education factor, because a lot of
yeah,
times a lot of those students aren't really into the education part. They're at the frat parties, like you said, they're engaging, networking, building connections and relationships that'll then help and support and grow the business that they already have waiting.
exactly.
So
How can I,
absolutely.
as a parent, take my business further past me by
Yes.
making sure my child
Yes.
is,
In a
regardless
newer
on how,
generation.
and
Yep.
that's
In a
it.
newer generation. Yep.
Because and it was a lady on social media. She said she was she said rich friends problems. She said the girl came to her and said, "Should I join the row club because she was in rowing and this, or should I join a sorority?" She said, but her parent told her, "If you go with rowing, you will be known internationally. So you're going to have a level of
Hmm.
success. But if you join this sorority, you're going to always have safety
Yes.
local." And she joined the sorority because her reach would have been further than it was with rowing. And
That's
I hate the fact that people are denouncing, they're denying because they don't understand the connection the way the white people in Delta Nu and
yeah.
all of them utilize their connections. We don't set our children up for success because we're forcing them to be the American dream. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
They can't live the American dream when we're trying to think it's just a house, a picket fence, and a comfortable life. No, we're here to
Yes.
dominate just like you are.
That's right.
So, yeah,
That's
let's
right.
play the game of chess.
Let's play it. So I want to know, because I know others want to know. You ready?
I'm ready.
I want to know who Joy Young is beyond the accolades, beyond, like what does that look like for you? Like outside of all of I'm sure
Hmm.
your brain never shuts off. I'm sure.
Never.
Okay. So I'm right.
You sound like Shay.
So,
Don't do that.
and by the way, thank you, Swagger, for tuning in. And yes, your lovely wife is on, and Miss Denise, thank you so much. My mom, she is on and supporting, and
Thank you
everyone
so
that is on
much.
tuned in. We have quite a few people tuned in, so thank you for joining. But
Thank you.
Miss Young is about to tell us what is behind the scenes of Miss Joy Young.
I can confidently say now joy is peace. Okay. I can say confidently now that joy is peace, joy is complete,
Mm,
joy is confident, joy is happy,
mm,
joy is so content. And yeah. And joy is wealth. I didn't say money.
that's right.
Joy is wealth, not just because of knowledge, but because I learned my source and I learned how I show up in the world and how I exist. And to
Hmm.
that alone is wealth.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, that's what I am. I'm everything that God is. I'm love. I'm 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 that. And I think that is what makes me want so much more out of life because those attributes, which we don't even give ourselves credit for sometimes,
Correct.
I whether I had a doctorate degree or not, I'm still at peace. I still love. I do not have one jealous bone in my body because my goal in life is to also see everybody who's around me win.
That's right. That's right.
That's how I build my coaching programs because if you're not winning, we're not winning.
That's right.
And I feel it's so important. The Jewish community said one thing. They said they have everything they need in their community. That's why they don't go outside of their community. Everybody has a different skill to serve their community.
Hmm.
We don't. Nope, let me back that up. We do, we don't implement it.
We don't. That's right.
I should be able to come to you because you already monopolize this area. If your thing is social media and journalism and
Mhm.
everything, you are that person that I should come to, whether how much I know about it or not, because that is your market and how you serve our community.
That's
We
true.
don't do that. We don't see that because we don't look at each other as value.
We don't trust each other.
We
We don't trust each
absolutely do
other.
not.
We
We
don't.
don't.
I
I
saw, and
saw, and
I'm
I'm
sorry to
sorry to
interrupt, but
interrupt, but
I
I
saw
saw
a
a
I hear
I
a
hear a
echo,
echo,
but I
but I
saw
saw
a
a
clip,
clip,
and it was the
and it was the
gentleman getting on
gentleman
a
getting on a
plane,
plane,
and it
and
was
it was
a
a
African
African
American
American
pilot,
pilot,
and he
and he
said,
said,
"I don't feel
"I don't feel
comfortable flying
comfortable
on this plane." Mind you, he was African American
African
as
American as
well,
well,
and he said
and
he
he
just
said he
didn't
just
feel
didn't feel
comfortable because
comfortable because
the
the
pilot was
pilot was
African American.
African American.
He didn't
He didn't
trust it.
trust it.
Is it
Is
me?
it me?
Okay,
Okay,
Joy.
Joy.
I think we have a technical
Okay.
difficulty.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Okay.
right. We just don't trust each other. We don't feel comfortable with trusting each other. And that is sad.
It's sad because you don't trust yourself. That's why you can't trust another person. Everything starts in here. If I can't
That's
trust
right.
myself, I can't trust the next person because I'm always suspicious. But if
Mm-hmm.
I trust you enough to be you, then I can limit how it impacts me. I have
That's right.
that sense of control. I know my wife hates it that I could be around the person that hates me the most and interact with them like nothing because it doesn't change me because of how you are.
That's right.
You can be the worst person in the world towards me, but I'm going to still treat you because I'm naturally love.
Mm-hmm.
And so nothing you do affect me enough. And I know how to keep you in a place where you don't impact me the way you think you do. So if you're living your best self, and that's why when I told I had put something out on social media and I said, I can't teach you how to be rich. Nobody can teach you how to be rich. I don't care how many courses you buy. I can teach you to be you and I can help you find your level of success. And
That's
if
right.
that happens to make you rich, so be it.
Yes.
But everybody's not meant to function on the same way. So why should I not trust you to be successful at the 100% that you are called to be? But I'm only
That's
called
right.
to be 30%. I'm going to be the best 30% I can be.
That's
And I
right.
think that's what we get it mixed up at because we want things to be equal. But and I'm not trying to throw out too much Bible here, but God never counted anything ever equal.
That's
He
right.
reigns on the just as well as the unjust. Nothing is ever equal. He said
Mm-hmm.
he gave some 30, he gave some 60, and he gave some 100 because it's according to your ability.
That's right.
So why am I knocking your ability because you can swing on a pole at the strip club better than me? That's your
That
ability.
that part.
Now I'm gonna help you out and give you a couple of dollars to help your ability. I
That's
can't be
right.
mad because I can't get these hips up there.
That's true.
But I
That
think,
is so
but like with you and other women that have found their footing, you're able to open up your space because you're not intimidated by another person's success. You're like, hey, I'm gonna use my level of success to so somebody else can see yours. And then in
Mhm.
turn, however I can help you, that's how it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be that way for sure. Um, I like I said, I really, really always appreciated you. Your name, the meaning of joy, from my understanding, is great pleasure and happiness and rejoicing. And you are all of that. So, I mean, all of that and more. Um, so when your mom named you Joy, was that an intentional name? Did she have to think about it, pray about it? Because I know the story behind Abby's name. So,
My mom didn't name me.
okay.
My granddaddy named me. His name was Jack, and he named me Joy. And I found out after his passing that he wasn't even my biological grandfather, but he
Mm,
loved me unmercifully. When
Mm.
I was born, he was 63 years old. That
Mm.
man loved me. And
Oh,
so I'm named after him. Because he took my daddy in when my dad's mom passed away. He loved my grandmother that much, but she didn't
yeah.
want to marry him. So when she died suddenly, he took my daddy and changed my daddy's name. And my daddy
Wow.
became a young, down south, they didn't care back then. You literally, this is what happened. My dad picked his own name. They wrote it on a piece of paper, sent him to a different school, and he registered under that name. He didn't get his birth certificate until he joined the military under his new name. So, in the South, you could do anything. But I got my name from
Yeah.
my granddaddy. Yep.
And he named you absolutely what it should be.
And that's,
Absolutely. It has been a great pleasure to have you on today.
thank you.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but I want you to let SwagHer and Culture and all quite a few people. Miss Young is on, but for them to know where to find you, how to locate you, and all the great things you got going on.
Absolutely. Again, thank you. Thank you for always having us and always opening up your space to us. Thank you so much. I love your greatness. I love everything that you represent, and you are absolutely amazing. And I can't
Thank
wait to see the success that you're almost there. Trust me, it's gonna happen
you.
suddenly, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
Thank you.
you can find me at iamjoyyoung.com. Um, all of my links are there. I'm also on Linktree under Joy Young. That's where you can find the links to any of my books. I'm always on Facebook. I know I need to go on Instagram and the rest of them, but I'm on Facebook and I'm also on TikTok more than anything under my name, Joy Young, Dr. Joy Young. I try to keep it consistent because I forget anything else. But yeah, and if you're interested in just learning about real estate, coaching, anything like that, I cover all topics. I teach money, not how to go get it. There's ways to get it, but I teach you money so you'll understand it when you go get it. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, this is your girl, Marilyn Monroe. Swag her. Put some respect on that. The her
The
magazine.
her.
Make sure you follow, like, subscribe on all platforms. Also, check me out on Culture Club with a K. Put some respect on that K.
And okay.
Conversations on all platforms. I am Marilyn Monroe, and Sisterhood Saturday is complete.
Love it.
So thank you, Joy. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you all for tuning in, and have a wonderful Saturday.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I just